So these manifestations that you want, they're very important to you. You start to see some of it show up, right? I remember a long time ago making a vision board for a soulmate. And it was very nice. I was like, I had all these little ideas on it. I'm like, loves to travel, you know, makes really good income. I had all of these ideas, and then I was meeting people and being confronted with situations where that wasn't working out. And I was just like, okay, well, that's on the back burner. It's almost like the best thing you can do for a manifestation is to stop paying attention. Hello, 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 and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jameelah. I am an author, a professor, and of course, a master manifester. Today, I want to talk to you about 10 signs that you can see in yourself when you've manifested a higher vibration. As we all know, manifestations are all about your energy. It's all about what level of energy you have, whether you feel good, or even whether you just feel content and relaxed. That's when the manifestations show up, right? If there's any subject you feel tense over, or any subject that you feel negative feelings related to, usually those manifestations are the ones that take longer to show up in your space, right? So my advice on those type of manifestations, even though that's not what this video is about, is to let that stuff go, put that on the back burner, and focus on the things that you can be grateful and feel good for now. So 10 signs to know that you are vibing higher, right? So my very first sign is that, in general, you feel good. That's the most basic one, right? It's not like you feel good because you had some wine, you feel good because you smoked something or whatever, or you feel good because you've taken a pill, or you feel good because someone called you, or you're hanging around someone. All of those things should be like afterthoughts. Like, you should generally wake up feeling good about life, feeling good about your progress, where you are, feeling good about all of the strides you've made, feeling good about your past, even though you may not have liked everything that happened in your past, but just feeling good in general, right? Another one is you receive unexpected gifts. So like when you're vibing high and you're feeling really good about yourself, you'll see a lot of times that you receive things that you weren't even thinking about, right? One of the unexpected gifts that I received, well, I thought about it a while ago, but then I let it go. Then I thought about it, then I let it go, was this beautiful new ring in the past week. And I thought about it about a week ago, and I was like, I wonder if I'm ever gonna get a ring. That was kind of my thought process from my partner. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna mention it to him because if I mention it, then it kind of takes the fun out of the gift. So I kind of just threw it away. I was thinking about it, but then I let it go. And then when I was just moving around Saturday and we were like going out to eat and just doing all kinds of random things, this little unexpected gift showed up, right? Another unexpected gift that I received is someone sent me this in the mail, right? So one of the groups that I'm a part of, one of the ladies was like, I have these chakra necklaces. Anybody interested in them? And I wasn't particular like, I don't need a necklace, but nonetheless, she's just like, well, I have everybody's addresses and contact information. You'll receive something soon. And I knew, okay, so this is another thing. I knew that it was a possibility that I would receive this gift, but I didn't really know when, and I didn't really think about it. So when I was just fooling around one day, just hanging out, then the box showed up in the mail. Another one is someone sent me money through Cash App that I wasn't looking for, right? So when you start to receive unexpected gifts, right? Unexpected gifts from other people, that means you're vibing high, your vibration has raised, and the world, the universe, everybody's taking notice of it, right? Another one is that you're sleeping good. I don't know about you, but when people are intentional manifestors and they really put a lot of time and energy into crafting the life that they choose, sometimes they don't sleep well. And it's not that they don't sleep well because they have negative feelings. A lot of times it's too much excitement. It's too much time and energy and thought process put into how to receive the manifestation. What's the next step? Should I be putting action towards it? All of those things, right? And so you have a hard time sleeping. But when you notice that you are sleeping really, really good for no good reason, and I notice I have like for the past month or so, I mean, I've been sleeping to where I have barely woke up in the middle of the night. And also in the morning, I feel refreshed. Because there's sometimes when I would sleep and I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I slept like 8 hours and I still feel tired, right? And I would blame it on the fact that I had really lucid dreams, which I've always had that. I can sleep for 15 minutes and have really lucid dreams. But I was like, okay, it's my dreams. I feel like I've been at a party all night rather than, having sleep. Well, lately, for the past few weeks, I've been sleeping really good and having those lucid dreams and waking up feeling refreshed and well rested. So when you're having really, really good sleep, that is my third sign that you are vibing higher, that you've manifested a higher vibration, that meditation and all that stuff is working for you, right? Number 4, you're really less bothered by little things. That's something that I noticed when you're vibing higher. Like, you're less bothered when somebody cuts you off in traffic. You're like, okay, that's what people do sometimes. You're less bothered when somebody takes a parking spot at a grocery store. You're like, whatever, I'll just drive around. I needed some more steps anyway. I'm going to the back of the parking lot. You're less bothered if someone doesn't see you in line in a grocery store and they step in front of you. You're just like, whatever, it's going to be 5 more minutes. You don't spend a lot of time on the little things that are frustrating in life normally, right? You're less bothered about everything. You're less bothered when you go to a place. This happened to me more than once, and you order food and they give you a really big hefty bag and you're like, oh yeah, I feel like this is my food. I love Indian food, right? I went one night and I ordered some shrimp biryani and I was so excited to get it home and eat it. I opened the bag up and it's something like a tikka masala. And I was like, I didn't want this, but I mean, I was not as bothered because the samosas were still in the bag. And I was like, well, that's good, right? But you're less bothered when everything that you plan or every way that you see a situation or a scenario should play out, it doesn't happen in that exact way. You're less bothered when someone doesn't change the tissue paper roll in the bathroom and you find yourself sitting there and you're just like, there's no tissue. Why would you do that? You're less bothered by that kind of stuff, right? And it's generally because you're vibing so high, you don't have time to put your energy into places that it's going to be wasted, especially on things you won't even remember the next week. They always say, if you won't be bothered by it a year from now, then don't be bothered by it today, right? And that's such good advice, right? Number 5, to know that you are manifesting a higher vibration is daily life feels super easy to you. So I remember a time in my life where my daily life used to always feel like a struggle and a burden, like just the basic things, just the getting up, getting ready for school or work, getting my daughters ready, packing lunches, like everything used to feel like an uphill battle. Just getting to the car in the morning felt like an uphill battle, and then making it all the way across town to their school, and then doing my life and going to my job and then going to school after that, and then picking them up and then bringing them to their after school program and then going to school. Like, all of those things seem like such an uphill battle, right? And it was a lot of stuff. I was doing a lot of stuff at that time. I do not miss that era in my life at all. It was fun. I don't miss it. But daily life feels super easy. So like things that you used to do that seemed so hard, but now you do it and it just seems super easy. And one of the things used to be leaving the house for me. Like, leaving the house used to feel really, really hard. Just getting ready, getting out the door and going do things used to seem like, do I really have to leave today? And like now I can leave the house like 5 or 6 times and I don't even notice. Like, I don't even care. I'm like, oh, we need something from the store. Let me go run. I just grab my keys, run out the door. Everything in everyday life feels super easy. I can make myself and my family elaborate dinners and breakfasts. I remember when making dinner used to just kill me. Now I'm always like, oh, what can I cook today? And it might take me an hour. I don't know, but everything feels super easy. Meditation feels easy. Getting up, making my bed feels easy. Everything feels easy. And the reason why is because I'm not focused on it in the same way. Because you recognize when you are vibing higher, that's a very good way to notice, like, is life feeling easy to you? And a lot doesn't have to change for life to just feel easier to you, right? So number 6, is that number 6? Yeah, this is number 6. your body feels energized. So just on a regular basis, you feel more energy, because of course vibing higher means you have a lot more energy. You have a lot more energy for exercise, for leisure, for doing all sort of things that you normally maybe wouldn't do when your energy is low. You have really high energy. That's a really good sign that you're vibing higher. You have a high energy, right? Sometimes when I finish working out, I have a treadmill, right? So I do 3 miles. I'll run and walk and run and walk, depends, but I always keep my heart rate up around 150 or something like that. So run, walk, and then I'll get off after doing the 3 miles, and I'm just like, I still got all this energy. So then I might go down and I might lift some weights or something, or either I might say, okay, let me cook something, let me do a meal that's elaborate where I'm going to be standing up for about an hour. Like, you find yourself with a lot of energy. You don't find yourself feeling sluggish or in a slump, because your energy is high, you're vibing higher, and your body is using your energy in the most efficient ways possible, right? Another, which is, I believe, my 7th sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So number 7, this is one that I really like, because this is super knowing for you. You receive unsolicited compliments, right? That's a favorite one of mine, because, okay, it's not like being on social media, because I don't have Instagram, I don't have Facebook. Like, I have these accounts, but I never, ever use them. So it's not like posting a picture of yourself looking super beautiful and then you put it out there. That's pretty much solicited, right? That's a solicited comment, because you know that you're looking good, you know that you're looking fresh, and then you say something really positive underneath. And then of course people are going to give you compliments on that, because it's looking nice, it's looking fresh. Of course, it's solicited. But the golden compliments to let you know your energy is really there, and it's just not based on some superficial outpouring, is when you get these compliments and it's not even on your mind, right? One of them is definitely, and a sign is from family. I was sitting around one day, and one of my sisters, who I talk to often, maybe every couple of weeks or so, we used to hang out a lot when I was young, but as we've gotten older, we've got our own lives and doing different things, and I have different interests and she has different interests, so we hang out, and when we do, it's golden, it's great, but it's not as much as back in the day. And just out of the blue, she sent me a message saying, everything you'll do will be successful because you're smart and brave, or something along those lines. And I was like, wow, I was just making breakfast, I wasn't even expecting that. I'm like, oh man, a compliment like that is so beautiful, especially from family, and especially when you haven't done anything special and you're not looking for any compliments, and people just think about you and go, I think about it, and I think it's like they're thinking about it, and then they go the extra effort of actually sending a message. So you're vibing high when you're attracting these unsolicited compliments. And it can even be when you go out and about in public. I find that happens a lot. Out and about in public, people say, oh, you smell good, and you're just like, oh, really? Thanks. I just put a little oil on, whatever. I love your outfit or something. You're just like, oh, this outfit, I've had it. I wore it 100 times, but I've learned not to minimize people compliments. I just say thank you now. It's easy. I don't go, oh, really? This is so ugly. You sure? I don't do any of that anymore. I just say, oh, thank you. And so when you get unsolicited compliments from family and friends, people close to you, and you haven't talked to them about anything you're working on or what you're doing, and just out of the blue, they say something nice, or they tell you that you're doing well, or they say something like, keep shining, you're doing amazing. They don't know what you're doing, but they know it's amazing. I think that's when you know that you are vibing higher, definitely. Number 9 is you're having fun, right? So on top of things being easy, you're having fun. So I find myself, okay, most recently I bought some skates. I might have mentioned that before in one of my other videos, but I bought some roller skates because I'm like, I always like to skate. How come I don't skate anymore? I don't want to be one of those women who's, just because they made it to 40, they stopped doing all the things that they really enjoy doing. So I was just like, I like to skate, but I never really learned how to skate backwards and do tricks. I'm like, I want to learn that. So lately I've been around the house killing everybody with my effort at skating backwards, and I've been getting better and better at it, and I'm shocked by the amount of progress I've made. But it's just super fun to me, and I love when it's just random fun, in the middle of the week this week, because where we live now, it's only an hour away from the beach. And I was just like, we've never lived so close to a beach, actually 50 minutes. I was like, let's go to the beach tomorrow to the girls. And they were like, okay, yeah, that's fine, right? And because, well, I work from home or work as I please, I work on projects mostly. I was like, let's get up and go. And it was a really fun day, just hanging out, letting the waves hit you in the ocean and sitting on the beach. The weather was great. It was a lot of nights overcast and some sunshine. I mean, it was just a very easy and cool day. And we all came home completely exhausted and energized, but exhausted at the same time. It was fun. So you find yourself just having more fun. Just be willing and being open to having more random fun is one of the things that you notice when you're vibing higher, because you're not blocking yourself off from, first of all, the invitations or the experiences. You're really having a great time. This is another sign. I cooked an elaborate meal the other day, and then my partner, he called me out the blue and was just like, you want to go to lunch? And I was like, sure. And I was like, I would say I just cooked, but I was like, we can eat this later. So we wound up going to this really cool restaurant, right? Because he's vegan, I'm not, I always say I eat mostly vegan food, but I still like, seafood. So I'm not a person that's big into labels in that sense of it. So nonetheless, so we go to a lot of vegan restaurants. We went to this place and they had a beautiful patio. I was like, let's go sit outside, because most of the time all around the year, it's not always good to go sit outside. But that particular day it was. So we sat outside and it was just beautiful and nice. And I'm like, this is so much fun. The waitress was fun. The environment was easy and free and bright, and the weather was nice. So you find yourself having more random fun, dancing around your house, having a good time, making a lot of jokes, watching YouTubers who make you laugh. You just find yourself having a lot more fun. And then number 10, my last but not least, one of or more of your manifestations have arrived. So if you've been working on your manifestations, if you're watching videos like these, or you're watching channels, YouTube channels that are similar to these, you've already been in this process, right? You've been doing your meditations, you've been creating you've been scripting, you've been journaling, you've been working on really specific things that you want to see play out. And you've been working on this abundant life that you are choosing, that you are crafting. And I am proof that it is possible, because it is possible. I mean, at the time when I was making those vision boards and, doing all that work, and it was really, really important to me, and I felt like I was so far behind, it was only a couple of years ago. And I think now I was just like, man, I spent all of that time in my life working towards these goals, and then it got to a point where it looked like nothing was going to happen. And then right after that, everything started happening. But I had released to a certain level. I was like, I love my life anyway, even if all these things don't play out. So these manifestations that you want, they're very important to you. You start to see some of it show up, right? I remember a long time ago making a vision board for a soulmate. And it was very nice. I was like, I had all these little ideas on it. I'm like, loves to travel, makes really good income. I had all of these ideas, and then I was meeting people and being confronted with situations where that wasn't working out. And I was just like, okay, well, that's on the back burner. It's almost like the best thing you can do for a manifestation is to stop paying attention to it, because that's when it starts cooking. That's when it starts baking. If you notice a manifestation that you've wanted for a long time, something small, something big, I figure them all to be the same size. We just put a label on big and small. But a manifestation is a manifestation. If you notice something that you've been working on and it shows up and you didn't even see it coming, that's how you know you're vibing higher, because your manifestations can't get to you if you're not vibing high, if you don't have the necessary level of energy. The manifestation can't see you. You're not even on the same frequency. So if it's something small like a chair you wanted forever from IKEA and you finally have the funds to get it, or a relationship you wanted to have with someone, you wanted it to be different, like mine, with certain family members. I mean, all of a sudden I have really decent relationship with certain people and nothing's really changed, but we bring out better attitudes and better energy within each other. So any kind of manifestation you can think of, a trip you wanted to take, some world travel, or some friendships, it was a big deal for me always to attract very purpose-filled and beautiful and happy friends because I want to be around good people whenever I choose to. I'm kind of introverted, but nonetheless, you introverts still like friends. We just don't need to talk to them every single day. So you see these manifestations start to show up. That's going to be a really good sign. That's a big sign for me, right? So 1 through 10, you feel good. You receive unexpected gifts. You're sleeping really good. You're less bothered by little things. Your daily life feels super easy. Your body feels energized. You've received unsolicited compliments. You're having fun. And one or more of your manifestations have arrived, right? So those are my 10 signs that you're manifesting higher vibrations. I hope these signs really help you. This video is a little bit long because, well, I came up with 10. And of course, there are many, many, many more signs all the time. But these are the 10 that I noticed in my experience. I hope this 20 minutes was worth it for you. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day in life. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and get the notifications and send it and share it to all your friends and family who you think might want to know whether they are vibing higher and whether those manifestations are going to show up in your life sometime soon. So I hope you have a wonderful day, as I already said, and thank you for watching.